All right, in this video, what I want to show you is what I'm looking at in my ads, Facebook ads dashboard to tell, do I need to stop a campaign? Do I need to put more money into a campaign by duplicating it? Basically, what to pay attention to in as your campaigns are running, but then also how to use those numbers to actually learn from them and learn what is it about your ad that's making it either perform very well or underperform. Just as a quick side note, I'm in a high price point market, so don't necessarily pay attention to the dollar amounts in this video, but pay more attention to the metrics below it. So I have two ads running right here. I have this one on Big Tree Lane. This one is a new listing, whereas this one on Aguajito is an older listing, like over a year old luxury listing. So that way you can kind of see exactly what's going on with the ad, and that could be one factor of why one's outperforming the other. So this one on Big Tree Lane, let's start there. I have over 2,800 impressions, so over 2,800 accounts have seen the ad. 324 of them have clicked on the ad, and out of those 324 that clicked on it, 25 of those have actually filled out the registration form, giving me their name, email, and phone number in order to get to the landing page. All in all, and I've spent $25. Again, don't worry as much about the dollar amounts. Let's look at this. So I say, a rule of thumb that I use, not everyone uses it, but it's worked well for me, is to have, I want 10% of the people that have seen the ad to then click on the ad. And then I want 10% of those that clicked on it to then become a captured lead. So in essence, the cost per thousand, or not cost per thousand, but the number of people that have seen it, I want to see 1% of them actually turn into a captured lead, because it's 10% of 10%. So in this case, I have 2867 and or had seen it, and then 324 had clicked on it. That's more than 10%. I'm doing great there. And then of the 324, only 25 clicked. That's pretty close. It's not at 10%. It's come down in the last day. It was higher yesterday. It's come down in the last day. So that's telling me fewer people are now actually clicking or converting through the ad. But this is kind of close enough. Like for right now, I'm on the third day of the ad. The first 2 days were really strong. I pay attention to them every day to kind of see where they're working. Those were very strong days. I'm only into the third day. I'm going to let it keep going. Maybe today's just a slower day for people to register. Like nothing I can control about it. We're just going to let it go. This other one on Aguajito, I've only been having not even run. We're probably at about 12 hours right now, maybe even a little less, that it's been running. And I've only had 300 impressions or so, which is pretty low, kind of just knowing I'm seeing closer to about 800 to 1,000 impressions a day on normal ads. So for some reason, Facebook isn't putting this ad in front of as many people as it normally does. Out of those nearly 300, only 12 people have clicked on it. And out of those 12, only one have converted. The 12 to 1, that's okay. Kind of, it's such a small sample size, we can't really use that. But I'd say that's kind of close enough to the 10%. But the more concerning one here is that out of 293, only 12 have clicked on it, which is going to give us a conversion rate of, 4%. So I want to see 10%, and I'm only seeing 4%. So that's telling us that out of the people that have seen the ad, there's something not enticing enough to actually get them to click learn more in the ad. So let's take a look at the ad itself. In order to do this, you need to be in incognito mode. I kind of run into problems when it's not in incognito mode, and act like there's a button right here. There used to be, kind of went away. I'm sure it'll come back, but act like there's a button right here. It'll drop down the second window. And then I click right here, and I'll actually pull up what does the ad actually look like when people are seeing it out in the wild. And you can see I can choose different ones here if I want to see what it looks like on mobile and things like that. But really, it doesn't matter to me right now. So what I'm seeing from here, or rather what the person viewing it is seeing, is I thought this was going to be a great photo. I think it's kind of a stunning photo. Like, look at all the skylights, looks great. There's something about this ad, though, that's not making them want to click and get more information. It could be that I've given them too much information in the ad. I'm telling them it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 3,400 3,400 square foot house in Carmel. Carmel's a very high price point market. So maybe people are already seeing like, okay, if it's 4 bedrooms, 6 acres, and it's in Carmel, it's going to be high priced, and they're out. They're not even clicking on it. And maybe that one lead I have is actually really strong because of that, because they've already seen, okay, it's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and 6 acres. I know it's going to be expensive, but I want to know more anyways. Perhaps that's a stronger lead. Um, I have a strong call to action. It says click learn more for all of the details, but I'd be willing to guess what's happening here is that I'm saying it's a horse property, but it's not showing it off at all, right? So this might be one where I can't get away with just using one image, and I might have to either use a carousel view or something like that, but something's going wrong with this piece of the ad. If, like in this case, actually, I'll pull this one up too, just for comparison's sake. In this case, let's go back to the numbers real quick. So I have a very strong percentage of people seeing the ad to clicking on it. That's very strong at over 10%. So that's great. And then fewer people are then inclined to click on it. And I have a feeling I know why. And we'll look at that once it loads. All right. So what we're seeing here are people are very inclined to click on it. The other ad, is a house that's been on the market a while. So maybe if they're home buyers, they've already seen it. It's been on the market over a year. This one's only been on the market a week. I still have the same amount of details in it though. I have 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 5.5 acres. It says it's a horse property, but see how this one actually shows that it's a horse property? Maybe that's actually enticing people to click on it more often. Um, let's see. The thing I was thinking though is that perhaps I might be giving too much information away. And that's why once they're clicking on it and it says, now you have to give me your name, email, and phone number, they might already just be saying, you know what, I have enough information to either go find it on Zillow or Redfin or ask my agent or whatever. For some reason, they're starting to pull back on the number of times that they're actually registering the lead. And maybe that's why. So essentially, when it becomes they are clicking on it, but then they're not registering, there's something going on in their head saying, nope, I'm not going to give you my personal information. I either have enough or I don't see enough value in trading my name, email, and phone number for the information that I'm going to get back. So again, my course of action from here is I'm going to give Aguajito one more day. I'll give it till at least end of day today, probably take a look in the morning. If it's not improving, I'm probably just going to kill it off. If you ever need to stop them, just hit the 3 dots right here, say stop campaign. What it'll do, it'll actually give you a credit in the payment section once that campaign ends. So I still have, a full 4 days after this on it. So I'll get a credit for, I do $10 a day, it'll be a credit of around $40 in the payment section. It takes a few days to process. But the Big Tree one, I think I'm just going to let it keep going, see what happens. I've kind of expected this to kind of come up around the $2 range anyways, because it's what I've been seeing. It had been very hot at under $1. We were at one point at 59 cents at the end of a day per lead at over 12 leads, I think. So it was running very strong. We're just going to chalk it up to they open the beaches back up. Maybe people aren't sitting at home today. They're out enjoying the beach. So anyways, that's how I look at the ads as they're running. Hopefully this is helpful. If you ever have questions, feel free to reach out.